Hi, pussies. Welcome back to Therapuss. Tonight, we have on my dear friend, movie star, greatest person of all time, Glen Powell on. I'm so happy that he came back to promote his new show, Chad Powers, which drops on Hulu September 30th. I was lucky enough to see the show, and it is amazing. It is like, it's hard for me to like laugh out loud at things sometimes, at shows, and I really laughed out loud at this. It's just feel good. It's funny. It's needed. But for this episode, Glen invited me to his house in Austin so he could show me what a real Austin weekend looked like, including a UT game day. And all I have to say is I think Glen is the mayor of Austin, Texas. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. I had the best time ever. On Friday night, we went to dinner, went to Benson Boone. Saturday was just, I felt like I was back in college. We woke up, game day. I must have drank for 24 hours straight. But it was literally the best time ever. And I think that's what makes this episode feel so special, is because I have such incredible memories to go along with it. Kaya came with us. She was the most fun. Like, we had the most fun ever. Kaya and I and Glen got to shoot off the cannon at the UT game, which is not a real cannon. I thought it was. It's not. But it was very loud nonetheless. I met their mascot. They won 55-0, which was amazing. It was such a fun time. Glen, thank you for having me. Thank you for coming back on. You can stream his new show, Chad Powers, out on Hulu September 30th. It is amazing. And yeah, to submit a Tell Me What's Wrong, go to passthatpuss.com, click Tell Me What's Wrong, leave a name and number if you're feeling fancy, and enjoy the episode. Love you, pussies. Howdy, pussies. Welcome to Austin, Texas. We are here with my dear friend, movie star, Glen Powell.
What's up, buddy?
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm very excited you're here in Austin, Texas, dude. We've already taken the place by storm. It's crazy.
We really have. We had a day yesterday.
Yes, we did.
We flew together.
Yes.
Brisket slept in my lap.
The whole way.
Entire plane
the most
ride.
adorable thing I've ever seen.
We both fell asleep.
I try not to make a habit of taking pictures of people while they're asleep, but I really wanted to.
I know. And then I woke up because my phone fell out of my hand. That's how I knew I was really asleep.
Yeah, it was aggressive.
Yeah, it was like a clunk. And I was like, oh, wow, I fell asleep. And I would just like to say, not to flex on myself, but I am your first guest here in this house.
You were my first house guest. I'm like so honored. Like you've tested out the bed. I saw you wake up in your jammies this morning. It's like coordinated pajamas. I know what Jake's morning voice sounds like.
Can you do the morning voice?
Hey.
Yeah. I woke up. Everyone was up, and they woke up, and I said hi. I was in my.
So delicate.
I know.
It's so delicate.
Before the beast awakens.
Yeah. We also had a night last night. We tore one off. So I'm very impressed with how delicate your voice sounded.
I was hungover.
Yeah, me too.
Benson, I'm sorry for blacking out at your concert. I blacked out at Benson Boone.
You earned it, buddy. Yeah. We did it. We did it right.
I've never experienced anything like that. We did have a drinking game.
Yes, we did. Every time Benson did a backflip or any sort of athletic thing, we chugged for 10 seconds straight.
Yeah, 10. It was, and Glen and Kaya were like, because Kaya's here too with us, and they were like, maybe we do like 5 seconds, and I said no.
No, you were on a tear.
Yeah.
You also said when we had our first drink early on, you were like, I'm gonna black out tonight, and I was like, this guy's like, he's not saying it like question mark. It was like an exclamation point.
Yeah, it was statement. And I did that.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I didn't wake up too hungover. Maybe it's the alcohol in Texas, but it's not bad.
You did espresso martinis,
right?
Which I was worried about.
Okay.
But like I will say, my favorite part about you taking the first sip, you were really kind of muted in the car. Kai and I were kind of worried about you. and then all of a sudden, a first sip of espresso martini, and I was like, the beast is coming out tonight.
Right. Because I was so tired and I was so hungry. Glen and I, we woke up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
For a 6 a.m. flight.
Yeah.
And so and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna nap, and then I didn't end up napping. I like really tried, but I was watching Chad Powers.
Yes.
Which comes out
September 30th. So we're just a few days away.
A few days away. It is so incredible.
So basically, it becomes they're holding this open tryouts for a quarterback at this college that we made up in the show. All the colleges around us are real, but South Georgia, University of South Georgia, Catfish are a team we made up, but they need a quarterback. And so, yeah, Russ Holiday, who's canceled, the world hates him. Puts on prosthetics and tries out and becomes like the starting quarterback for the University of South Georgia Catfish.
And how long? And you said it took you how long every morning for these prosthetics?
Just like an hour. These guys got it. I mean, it started off at like 2 hours, and then these guys got it like down to like an hour. They're like such animals.
And were the prosthetics ever heavy? Like, was it ever hot out? Were you ever like, oh, I can't do this?
There was like one day when I was doing tryouts in the show where, this is my buddy Josh.
Hi, Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Hey.
Welcome to the party. That's Josh.
Hook 'em.
We went to college together. Do you want to hear? You want to sit down for 2 seconds? Yeah. You want to hear the way that Josh and I met?
Yes.
So Josh and I met on a Southwest flight.
Okay, so Southwest, that's the one where it's like the Hunger Games, right?
Come and sit down.
Yeah, come, Josh. Come on, Josh.
Coming on in.
Come.
So you met on a Southwest flight.
So Josh and I were flying to, was it Texas OU? No, it wasn't Texas OU because we were flying to Austin. But what game? I don't remember what game it was. But we basically, we ran into a bunch of my friends that we had mutual friends that all went to UT. And we got so buck wild on this flight that this flight attendants kept bringing us new little minis.
Had like 20 mini alcohols by the time we left, stuffed in our boots.
From the Southwest flight.
Southwest. It was the rowdiest Southwest flight I've ever been on. And then we went out with the flight attendants on 6th Street in Austin afterwards.
What? How old were you guys?
We were 21. My God, probably 21, 22. Yeah.
So Southwest is the one where it's like first come, first serve.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I saw some mutual friends in the back of the plane.
Uh-huh.
And so I went to them, and I had not met Glen yet, but then, rest is history.
Fast friends after that.
I know you were there for a football weekend.
Yeah, we were there for I don't remember what game it was, but it was a game at the Texas Stadium, DKR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
DKR.
Yeah, Daryl K. Royal. That's
Got
like
it.
when people say DKR. I'm gonna teach him. I gotta teach him the Texas fight chant. We gotta teach him like the eyes of Texas.
Am I going to the game?
I see you got
Yeah, I got a new hat today. Like,
Alan's boots?
who is Alan?
No, it's not Alan. We went to Tecovas.
Okay, got it.
Tecovas.
Who's Alan?
Alan's like an iconic like boot store that's
Got
like
it.
near
Got it.
Tecovas.
Got it.
But Tecovas like tricked us out, so he's got him like a hat. He's got him with like the button down, the jeans, the whole thing.
We'll get you every fight song by the time we're done.
I'm gonna sing my heart out. Okay.
There you go.
Wait, can you? There? Nope.
No. Better.
Not that.
Not that.
There it is.
Hook 'em.
There you go.
So it's this.
Yes.
So this is a horn.
Yeah. That's a
And
that's a
who's
longhorn.
your mascot?
Bevo.
Bevo.
Yeah.
And what is he?
He's a longhorn. Just like
A huge steer.
Is that a deer?
No, steer. Like a big bull.
Yeah, like a Texas
longhorn
bull thing.
Is that like you guys go bull riding here?
I mean,
We're more like mechanical bull
more
people.
mechanical.
I need to ride a mechanical bull later.
I bet we could make that happen.
Can we,
We were
please?
talking about our flights at like 5 in the morning. So
We
I
just
was
stay
like,
up?
going,
I'm
like,
with you now.
So
Are we all flying together?
Yes.
We just have to stay up.
We're thinking about bringing Jake on 6th Street tonight.
I think we go 6th Street. Maybe we go to a frat party. There will be a mechanical bull there.
I'm thinking
I can
about
almost
bringing him
guarantee-
to like a frat party before.
We want to go to Sig Up.
Wanna
It's
go
a place
Sig
to
Up?
be. Let's do it.
What house were you in?
I was in Sammy. It was a Jewish fraternity.
Oh, hi, Jew. I'm Jewish too.
We could go to Sammy. I think Sig Up's gonna be kicking off though.
I want to go where it kicks off.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like next door. We'll go hop
Okay.
around.
It's like Parents Weekend.
Yeah, it is Parents
Is it
Weekend.
really?
Yeah, so I think it'll be fun. We could go shotgun beers with moms and dads and then call it a day.
Yeah, we'll get you take a hat. We'll do the whole thing.
You guys are gonna get me
Explain to them
drunk.
what a hat is.
A hat?
So there's certain organizations on campus that like you sort of need an initiation to get in. And so there's two in particular that they have a hat like that, but before it's formed and steamed, it's basically just a felt funnel. And so they pour drinks, whatever, it could be beer, it could be whiskey, it could be a mystery, and you basically have to just chug hats.
I think I want to do that. Yeah.
Oh, we for sure can do it.
Yeah, we'll go on the field and we'll take basically a shotgun of beer out of a hat.
I have to do that.
It's very felty.
I have to do that.
Yeah, it's not like the best taste. But
No,
it's a right.
I don't drink for the taste.
Yeah, it's better than taking a boot.
A boot.
You could drink out of a
I think
boot.
I want to do a boot.
I mean, that's like
I'd start with a hat. Start with a hat. We'll work your way up to a boot.
You from the East Coast?
No, I'm actually from California. I'm from San Diego. Do I give you an East Coast vibe? I hear New York all the time.
East Coast Jew.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna have the best day ever.
yeah. Well,
It's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna kick off this thing in about 2 hours. I think everybody's getting over here. So dude, make yourself at home. You're in the back. This is
Let me
Kaya
let
back
you
here.
get back to it. You can cut all that out.
Kaya is here this weekend as well.
Yes.
She joined the party. Kaya, are you having a good time? Yes. Yeah. So what were we talking about?
We were talking about Chad Powers. You pitched Chad Powers.
I said it's like H2O just add water, but for football.
Yeah, and I didn't know it. I watched Aquamarine.
Don't
I know
play with me.
Aquamarine.
With JoJo?
JoJo is in it.
Yeah.
Sarah Paxton, who I had a huge crush on as a kid.
You did?
Right around in my Spy Kids 3 era.
You know what is so funny that we realized in the car yesterday is I look just like your castmate in Spy Kids.
Bro, honestly, Halloween's coming up.
If you want me to do it,
If you wanted to go as Junie Cortez in Spy Kids, I think that's a strong move.
should I do it?
Maybe I can get you the original costume.
Don't play with me. Wait, how old were you guys when you filmed this?
I was probably 13.
Yeah, so I don't even fit into clothes from when I was 19.
I mean, this is like we could probably get a custom one made up. I feel
Okay,
like it's
I
all
have to
made
be
here.
Junie
We shot it all
Cortez.
here in Austin. You're in the right place.
So how did you, Spy Kids was your first role?
Spy Kids was my first movie. Yeah.
And were they doing open casting in Austin?
Yeah. So I just auditioned for this thing. I actually auditioned for this guy, E-Dog and Logos, which I play. The description of the character was like he had a goatee. And I had like a really high voice. And
You were a kid.
I was a kid. I sounded
Yeah.
like Mickey Mouse, and I had there was no facial hair in sight. And so I auditioned for this role, and it was me. It was three guys that were auditioning for 2 roles, or 4 guys that were auditioning for 2 roles. And I finally, I get down. We're meeting with Robert Rodriguez, and I was like, "What am I doing here?" There's 3 guys with beards, and then there's me. And then I ended up auditioning, and he ended up giving me a different role.
What initial role were you auditioning for?
It's called E-Dog and Logos. They're these kind of bad guys.
Glen, I thought those were the casting directors.
I wasn't auditioning for. Sorry.
I was like, wait, that's kind of cool.
E-Dog and Logos would be badass casting director names. This were the characters in this video game or whatever.
Understood.
And then I ended up playing this ruler of the arena of misfortune, which is a badass title.
All right. Okay, so you're not in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
No.
Okay.
They made that afterwards, and I have no.
Sorry, I get
Taylor
them all.
Lautner.
Yes.
Is in that.
Yes. But you know what you are in that I've never spoken to you about? Endurance.
Yeah.
Endurance Fiji.
Yeah.
Survivor for Kids.
My sister was in Endurance Fiji.
Okay.
My little sister. So I was in Endurance Mexico.
Please, you don't
Episode
understand
2.
how important that show was to me. What was it like?
So for anybody that doesn't know, Endurance is like a kid's Survivor. It was everybody competing to
On Discovery Kids.
Yeah, it's underage. It's kids doing Survivor, and they did the first season California and Catalina Islands. Second
Yes, they
season,
did. Oh my God, sorry.
Second
Such a
season
show.
was in Mexico, and in the very tip of Mexico, kind of Sea Cortez area. So I got on that season, and I was super pumped. I auditioned twice. I auditioned for Moolah Beach, which was the original kind of test
Right.
Endurance. Then Endurance 1, I auditioned for that too. Didn't get either. And then they said, hey, we really want you for Endurance 2. And I finally got on the show. And I'm super excited. You go out there, they do the whole drum roll to it. You meet all the kids. You show up on donkeys. You meet this guy.
Did show up on donkeys.
You show up on donkeys to the desert. I'm stoked. I'm ready. I was training for it.
Uh-huh.
And then the first challenge, I drop off this bar and I get kicked off the show.
What was the challenge?
Day 1.
What was the challenge?
The challenge was basically you hold a bar over your head. So it's you hold this bar over your head, and if you dip the bar too much, the platform below you drops. So all of a sudden, when I was kind of testing out the thing, I kind of stood on my tippy toes, think it was going to help me.
Uh-huh.
And so I basically didn't have very much room to give. So I dipped it a little bit, and the platform dropped, and I was in the water before I knew it, and I was like, I'm gonna get made fun of for like the next like 10 years of my life for this shit. And it was tough. Like it was like to also like be playing football in high school, and like you just kind of got to high school.
How old were you?
I was like 14, and then you get kicked off this like show that kind of like everybody was watching on Saturday morning. I was like, this sucks. And when I got kicked off, I was so upset with myself that I walked and I hit my head on a camera boom.
Oh.
I still have a scar on my forehead from hitting like a giant camera crane.
From
I had to get
Endurance.
stitches, yeah.
So Endurance left scars.
Yeah, like emotional and physical scars.
Yes. Wow, that was my favorite show as a kid.
I know.
So which sister was on it?
Leslie. So my little sister Leslie
Was on Fiji.
was on Fiji. So she like a couple years later, maybe the next year.
It was the next year.
Was it the next year?
It was my favorite show.
So she was like, I was like, hey, we need to redeem the family name.
Right.
I can't leave it like this. So we got my little sister. I helped her with the audition video, and she got on the next show, and she nearly won it. She was like, she got second place. She should have gotten first place. It was like a. Yeah.
So, okay, so like was all the drama behind the scenes real?
I mean, I wasn't on the show, man. I got kicked off right away.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, do you watch Survivor now or no?
Not really anymore, no.
I've never seen it.
I watched it early on. I watched it early on, was like first couple seasons.
Okay, I've never seen Survivor.
It's great.
Right.
It's
okay.
great. I can't believe it's still going, but it's the Kid Survivor thing was like way more dramatic because it was like, you know, like when you're in like 16, 17 years old, like 15, like girls, like everybody, like the emotional and kind of like romantic dynamics are kind of so heightened off of so little.
You're also
and I had like a crush on this girl, Keaton, who was on the show, and I was really bummed because I like fell for her on the first day, and then I got kicked off.
That would have been such a good storyline.
Yeah, she was my first kiss though.
What? When?
Like a year later.
How did you keep in touch with Keaton?
The whole like endurance crew like kept in touch.
How did you keep in touch without group chats?
That's a great question. What was it? AIM?
Yes, it was.
I think it was like AIM.
Yes,
like
it
we were
was.
always like kind of like, yeah. It was kind of the same thing. You just had to like log on.
And then you all hung out.
Then we all hung out. I went to her place. My first kiss was at her place in North Carolina. And I was super excited because I was like, I knew she liked me. And like we were about to watch The Ring. Remember that movie, The Ring, where the girl comes out of the TV?
Yes. Did you watch the OG or the American one?
OG.
Oh, that one's scary.
And so it was like that vibe where she's like, okay, like she's starting to get closer, cuddle. I'm like, oh, it's on. And so I get my first kiss that night. All the guys were kind of helping me like get alone and like make it happen. So I nailed it right off the bat. I was like super happy. I was like, man, you know how to make out. You are born for this thing, man. And then and then like a few weeks later, we go to Connecticut at our buddy Mike's house.
How old were you? You were just hopping from state to state.
I was always moving around. But this crew, like we like really liked each other. The whole crew, like
from Endurance,
yeah, stuck together. And so we went to Mike's house and we went to go see the Haunted Mansion, the Haunted Mansion movie,
the Disney movie,
Eddie Murphy,
amazing
Haunted Mansion. So we saw that, and I'm like, I'm about to get my second kiss. Like this is about to go down. So I'm like leaving the theater, and I would do this thing as a kid, like where I do like skateboard moves. You know, like where you jump off of something and kind of like spin. You know, like all right. I was not as cool.
Like parkour?
It's like parkour. It was like early parkour where you do like skateboard moves without a skateboard. You like jump up on like rails and like jump off of things.
You just unlocked a memory from when I had guy friends in 5th grade. Oh my God. Yes, I know exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, you kind of do like it's like skateboard parkour.
Yes.
So I was doing skateboard parkour, didn't realize Keaton had followed behind me, and I spun and I knocked her into I elbowed her in the face and I broke her nose. So she's like bleeding out, like fully puffy, like it's like gruesome. And I was like, it just sort of is like really summed up my love life for the next like while. You know?
Were you like, I'm so sorry, Keaton? Like,
no. I mean, there's nothing to do. You just like you ruined it in so many ways. She feels weird because like
she's like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah,
like,
no, like she was like
pouring.
trying to play it off, and it was like really not good.
Do you know where she is now?
Yeah, Keaton lives in LA. She's I think she works for the Jennifer Hudson show now.
Wow. Do you believe in fate?
Yes, I do.
I was just recently on the Jennifer Hudson show.
Do you know Keaton?
No, but I'll tell you about my experience on the Jennifer Hudson show. They sang me a song down the Spirit. Are you gonna go on the Jennifer Hudson show?
I don't have plans to, but I've been on there before.
Must.
You know what? Can I tell you about the Jennifer Hudson show? It's a really fun show. I really like her. I find the dance line to be very intimidating.
That was my dream. Like once I did the dance line, I said, okay, I can be done now. Spirit tunnel.
I like a dance move, like even Josh. I was at Josh's wedding. I would consider myself like a dance party starter.
Oh, you are?
Like I feel like you get a couple drinks in me and you put me on a dance floor at a wedding. I like really kick things off. I find the doing a dance line, sort of like a TikTok dance line, is just a little more pressure.
Of course.
You know what I mean? That's
of course.
Maybe I'd meet the occasion, but I'm not sure.
When I tell you would meet the occasion, like I can't describe the energy in that Spirit tunnel. They go 1, 2, 3. And you go around the corner and everyone starts clapping and cheering.
I will say, meeting the occasion, that last night we went on stage at Benson Boone. And when they asked me in front of kind of Benson, hey, would you want to do this thing? And I was like, oh, like, you know, maybe. And like I kind of felt like awkward. So I was like, I don't know if I'm up for this. And so it was really helpful. Your drinking game was extremely helpful to me getting on Benson Boone.
And can we talk about the merch?
The merch is great.
Red, white, and Boone.
Only Austin, Texas served it up. It's not even their own merch.
You can't get that shit anywhere.
We have like 6 of them here.
We do have 6 of them. If you get lucky, you can get one later. What is it? A red, white, and Boone hat.
We went to Benson Boone last night. Did you do a backflip? No, but we took a shot. We like drank every time he did a backflip.
Well, then they were like, okay, so you're going to come on stage. You're going to shoot out this T-shirt. Glenn was like, okay, great. And then they're like, would you wear this jumpsuit? And I said, you know what? Like, Glenn, I like what you're wearing right now. And Kaya heard, like, would you shoot out the T-shirt? Kaya's like, obviously do it. It's going to be so fun. And I can't have an original thought or my own opinion to save my life. So I'm like, yeah, 100%. Like, you should wear the jumpsuit. Like, do whatever you need to do. Like, I obviously switched up on the moment. And then Glenn came back and was like, are you guys sure about the jumpsuit? And I'm like, 100%. And
I was gonna wear like a Benson Boone jumpsuit out there. I was like, I don't know if this feels like me, man. I'm like,
and Kaya was like, jumpsuit. And I go, what? What are you, what? And she goes, jumpsuit. And I'm like, well, we both just agreed that he should wear the jumpsuit. And she's like, no, we didn't. I said he should do the T-shirt. And I'm like, oh yeah, you shouldn't wear the jumpsuit.
That was so funny. I was like, I mean, you really did pitch me on that.
Yeah, Kai was like, it's going to be so fun and silly. And I'm like, 110%.
I'm so glad I didn't wear the jumpsuit.
How long have we been talking about this weekend for?
A while. I mean, like, I've been pitching you on Austin for a while. And I've been telling you need to come to a Texas game in Austin for a really long time. I knew you were going to look probably pretty good in a cowboy hat, but I didn't expect this. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I have chills.
When you put that hat on earlier today at
Time stopped.
Time stopped. I was like, this man has been put into Austin for a reason.
Can I tell you, I've never put on jeans that fit right away. I put them on. I said, and then I said, okay. Like, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let me try on the shoes. Everything fit like a glove. I'm meant to be here.
It's a solid vibe. This cowboy era of yours, you're like, I don't know what the cowboy, it's like Cowboy Shane. What's the not Cowboy Carter. We got to figure out like a nickname for you.
My cowboy name?
Yeah.
You think there's like a cowboy name generator?
Shane's a good cowboy name.
Shane is a good cowboy name. Shane if there's a cowboy name generator, I'll do that today.
All right. This will be your alter ego. This is how I like it.
You know how you can do like your porn star name?
Yeah.
What's yours? Like it's what? Your first street and your first dog?
Max Pickfair.
Max Pickfair? That's a good porn star name. Mine is Rupert Frazier.
Rupert Frazier. You dirty dog.
Rupert Frazier, yeah.
Yeah, Rupert's
Yeah, we woke up one day, Rupert was dead.
Oh, why?
We don't know still.
Wait, still?
Yeah.
It's a cold case of your dog?
I know. Wait.
Oh, he was old.
You went to UT.
Let's get away from your
my dead dog,
your
Rupert,
dead dog.
that I actually didn't know, but my parents talk about all the time. It's weird. You went to UT.
I did.
Did you enjoy college?
I loved college.
What was it like for you? Do you have any crazy stories? Like, what is your favorite story that you can share on air?
You know a story I've never told anyone that I think about every time I go to the Texas Stadium. at Darrell K. Royal Stadium, which is like where DKR baby. One of my favorite dates in college is DKR was going through some construction at the time when I was a freshman. And so there was like the gates were a little lower and like it wasn't as fortified as it normally is. So I took a girl into the stadium late at night, and I brought a vodka, some orange juice, and we basically had a picnic in the middle on the 50-yard line of the stadium and watched the sunrise drinking screwdrivers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like a great little like romantic Austin memory I have where I'm like, yeah, that's like
fuck.
Yeah.
That is really romantic.
Yeah.
Did you go on a second date?
Yeah, no, we were friends throughout like all of college, but it wasn't like one of those where you're like, okay, this is probably going to go anywhere, but we're still friends.
And is she like, that was the best date of my life?
I don't know if she still talks about it. I guess I do.
That is really, really, that's like out of a rom-com.
Yeah, it was like a good, especially for like, I grew up in Austin and like, I've been a Longhorn fan my whole life. Obviously like my couches are burnt orange. Mm-hmm. It's like, there's nothing more romantic to me than college football.
Really?
Yeah. I like, if a girl wears burnt orange,
that's it.
It's by far the sexiest color for me.
That's it. She has your heart.
That's it.
Wow. Okay. And so, and like when you have kids, are you going to like be like, you have to, like, I want you guys to go to UT. Are you going to like dress them in burnt orange?
I think it would just like, when I start to think about like other college existence, like there's no better place to go than the University of Texas. It is like, you're in Austin, Texas. Okay. You've experienced a little bit of Austin so far. Mm-hmm. I want to get you guys here for a little longer next time, but like to be in Austin, which is the greatest city in the world, to be like, there's no better culture than UT. It's actually a great school. It's not like a party school. I mean, there's parties, but it's like work hard, play hard.
Right.
It's one of the best schools in the country. It's like phasing out Ivies now.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like kicking Ivies off the list of like prestigious colleges, and a lot of the top professors in the country are coming here. So it's just like one of those things, like you have everything here.
Would you ever be on the board if they asked you?
The board of UT?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do that because I'm helping them try to build out the film program.
Wow.
More. I mean, because it's already a great film program, but I'm trying to make sure like we bring, cool people to Texas.
Okay.
And you can help me with that. You know what I mean? Like you're bringing all the cool kids here.
I will help you with that. Wait, so how can you talk about the bats?
Yes. We didn't get to see the bats.
We didn't get to see the bats. Can I just tell you what I'm a little confused by? What I remember is that Austin has a mosquito problem.
Yes.
And so back in the day, you know what? I'm not understanding the story.
You know what's going to be? Is this going to be sort of like the urban legend I told last time on your podcast?
Oh, about the girl.
I don't know if it's totally true, but here we're going to go again. Let's saddle up. I'm not sure. I was like, no, this is a true story.
I was like, what?
You're like, hey, just want to fact check. Is that true? And I'm like, totally true. And then
I knew
the
that
internet was like,
everyone was seeing that when my straight male friends called me. And they were like, you were on my Twitter today. And I said, really?
It's me like totally buying into a story that I had. It's so funny.
By the way, I saw your sister at my show, and she was like, no, that's true. That is true. I was told that.
The whole family, that's the funniest part, is we've been telling that story for literally years as it's fact. And we could like my little sister, like when you asked me, you're like, hey, is that a true story? And I was like, let me just ask my little sister, double check. But I'm like, I'm almost positive. She's like, no, that's a true story. It happened to my like pledge sister. I was like, okay, great. And then all of a sudden, just everybody checks you on it, and they're like, that is not true. And I was like, so this mosquito story may or may not be true, but this is what I believe happened.
Okay.
So there's mosquitoes in Texas, mm-hmm. and they wanted to help with the mosquito problem. So they brought in a lot of bats to like help take down this mosquito problem. And so now we have a ton of bats, which is not a bad thing. It means you have fewer bugs, but now there's 2 million bats under the Congress Bridge. And so like every night around 7:30 in the fall, the bats come out, so the sky kind of goes black, and it's just like people gather on the bridge, grab drinks there on the bridge, and just like watch the bats fly out.
You know what? As I'm hearing this story, I am confused on how they would transport 2 million bats to get rid of the mosquitoes.
It's happening again.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's happening again.
Because yesterday I was told that I was like, oh, period, like good for Austin, like they really figured that out. But now I'm like, how did they transport that many bats?
Look. I'm not into bat transport logistics.
Right, okay.
There's got to be a bat guy. I mean, think about like if you transport anything. Have you ever been like on the side of the road and you see like those like reptile farms?
You know what? No.
No, they don't have that.
What?
You ever seen those? Yeah, you like go on the side of the road. It's like reptiles. You can go and see like alligators and snakes and stuff. You've never seen this.
They have this in Los Angeles?
Maybe not L.A. It's probably like more of a Texas, Louisiana thing. If you and I take a road trip,
Don't play with me.
we'll go to one of these reptile farms on the side of the road. It's like you can literally see just like rednecks that just have like reptiles hanging out in their house. It's like the weirdest thing.
You actually want to go on a road trip?
Yeah, we should go on a road trip.
I would love that.
You got to wear the hat.
I would literally dress up in whatever. That sounded way worse when it came out of my mouth.
But yeah, I'm not really sure about bat logistics. I mean, I'm not sure how you would transport bats, but there's got to be a guy.
Right.
There's a guy for everything.
There must be. And where'd your siblings go? Did they all go to UT as well?
My older sister Lauren went to A&M, which is Texas A&M, so that's like
That's a fun
College
one.
Station. That's a fun school. And then my little sister Leslie went to UT. All my cousins went to UT. My grandparents met at UT.
Oh, so you're like from a UT love story.
Yeah. Everybody, like, game days have always just been the thing that brings my family together. No one misses it every Saturday.
So what am I about to experience at this game day?
Well, in about an hour, all my like a bunch of my friends are going to come over. We're gonna pregame here.
Mm-hmm.
The college pregame's good, so I'm going to teach you the Texas fight song.
What's one of them?
So this is when we score. Goodbye to Indiana. Texas fight. Texas fight.
Texas fight.
Let's put over one more win. Texas fight. Texas fight. Force Texas that we love best. Give 'em hell. Give 'em hell. Make 'em eat shit. Goodbye to Indiana.
So I'm going to be honest. That's like a whole verse.
No. You're going to be fine. We'll get there. But that is...
Give
that
them
is-
hell. Give them hell.
You could say, I think, what's the original lyric? Go Horns Go.
Go Horns go.
But when you're in, like, if you're a few drinks in, you say make 'em eat shit.
Okay. So how much of Chad Powers was based off of your college experience?
Well, I mean, a lot of it came from my love of college football, right?
Right.
Like, I always like felt like when you go to like a football game in the South, like people, like you're gonna experience. It's like way more fun than an NFL game because like people are just going buck wild. It's a night game, so people are like they tailgate all day, and they're just like really passionate. It's like the best. So like when I was a kid, Texas won the national championship when I was a sophomore in high school, and I like went down on the UT campus and we like danced on top of cars. They lit the tower up like orange. It was just like one of those that you're like, this is it's the most fun. So I was trying to go, how can I take all that fun of college football and put it in a show? Mm-hmm. And so when Eli and Peyton were like, hey, what would you do with this? My buddy Michael Waldron and I just like came up with this idea that was kind of like Mrs. Doubtfire in the world of college football.
How could I forget the best part of the pitch? when you see Glen, or Russ Holiday in the show sees the open tryouts for the Georgia team, he looks up because he's transporting the prosthetics for his dad, looks up and sees a Mrs. Doubtfire poster.
Yeah. We just had to hang a lantern on exactly what we were doing. That was like the whole thing. It's like you just said, okay, let's just call it out. We're doing Mrs. Doubtfire in college football.
Was it one of your most fulfilling and fun projects to ever film?
It's just like, look, my job is just to entertain people. Like, I think a lot of people get like in their head about like it being trying to be cool or whatever it is, like awardsy. Like for me, like I try to make what I would watch. And this is a show that I would totally watch. It's fun, it's heartfelt, it's cinematic. It's got like, we spent a lot of time making sure the football was real, that the comedy was actually funny. Like nobody on the show was like phoning it in. And it was really fun because we all had a blast, but I find that I'm happiest on a set when I'm surrounded by smart people who are just like, don't take themselves too seriously.
Right, and it was just a fun time.
The best, like the greatest cast, great writer's room, just...
Were you in the writer's room?
Yeah.
What's a writer's room like?
A writer's room is basically a group of people. So Michael Waldron and I came up with the show. Mm-hmm. And we took Eli's concept and we were like, okay, here's what we think we would do. We sort of outline generally where we want the show to go, like where it stops, where it ends. And you kind of just outline like because you write all these characters and the writer's room kind of gets together and says, okay, like what is the most exciting version of all this? And so it's basically just a lot of smart people, funny people. I'm in the writer's room right now, and it's just the best group of people that everybody's there to like put their heads together. It's like a fun team sport. Like that's what I love about this business at its best. It's like you have fun people who are talented and they get in a room and you try to just make the best thing you possibly can. But like our writer's room was like top of the top. We had like everybody wanted to be a part of the show. It was cool.
Wow. Wait, so we were talking last night though. Weren't we talking about this last night in the car? Like when we were like, when we see a show or a movie, it's like, what's the why?
Yeah.
What do you think Chad Powers' why is?
I think the why, I mean, one of the things that I'm not going to say who it was, but I was at a party and I showed up at the party and there was somebody that had basically been on the ropes in terms of sort of getting canceled, right? And there's like, it's kind of a big public. It was one of those Hollywood parties where it's like there are cameras and press and all that stuff. And this person had made some of my favorite movies. And I was like, oh, like, this is great. Like, and he came up and he said, nice to meet you. So I was like, oh, dude, big fan. And then a photographer said like, hey, can we take a picture of the two of you guys? And this person was recently canceled and was like, it was like
as of late,
not good. I was a fan of their work, but not a fan of their choices.
Right.
So I was just kind of being nice. But then when they want to take a picture with you, I realized very quickly how like, I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is a good idea. He clearly clocked that I was like, ooh, this is probably not a good idea. And I realized I was like, this guy, his face is toxic. Like going out into the world, like people are having a visceral reaction to this person in terms of the bad choices they've made. Right. And, the character that I play in Chad, it's like Russ Holiday is a guy that just made a mistake, right? He's not a bad guy. Some of these other people that get canceled, they should lie where they're shot. But where but like with Russ, he made a mistake. He acted, poorly about it. And the world kind of didn't forgive him and he couldn't forgive himself. And what I found to be really interesting is that in today's day and age, like there's a lot of like the cancel culture is just sort of a thing, and like how the world doesn't really let you forget your mistakes. We talk about with phones, with TikTok and Instagram, it's like so many people make mistakes and the internet doesn't let you forget.
Right. And
I found it to be interesting how people react to those moments. What they double down on. Do they take accountability in those moments? Do they believe in conspiracy theories? Do they blame other people? Do they do all this other stuff? And I found that like just having a character that's like learning to say I'm sorry, learning to say like I wish I would have done it differently, all those things is like a really beautiful thing. Because especially when you do go through those moments, like I think we've probably all gone through life where we just want to have a different face. Like we don't like ourselves. We don't like want to do that. And I feel like the fresh start, it sort of like creates an underdog story, which is just a blank slate of somebody who goes, hey, I made a bunch of mistakes and I just want to do it better this time. And this guy, Chad Powers, kind of offers him a second chance to do the thing he loves,
Yeah. And it's also really, really funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Was there ever a scene that you like couldn't get through without laughing?
There's a scene, that shower scene that you were talking about where I basically am talking. Russ Holiday says like he pretends like he's really good at improv. He's like, I don't need to like worry about backstory of like creating this character Chad Powers because like I got it. And so the coach asks him why he's not showering with his teammates, and Chad is basically makes up. He's like, my pee hole it's big. It's just far too big, and if water gets up there, I could fall ill. It's just like, so it's like, it just like makes up this like pee hole lie off the bat. And like, it was the funniest scene because like, I don't think I was like, Steve Zahn is like, who plays the coach,
right?
Coach Hudson, who's like brilliant. He's one of the funniest people on the planet. His reactions were like killing me. And also I don't think I was expecting to see in his coverage, like behind him, there's like a bunch of naked guys that are actually in the shower.
Right.
So I was like talking about pee holes, and there's like a bunch of naked guys and Steve Zahn. It was just like a lot. It was too much.
Right.
It was too much at the same time. But the show is like, I'm really proud of the show. I think it's like, I've showed it to a variety of different people. I like when I'm making something, I like to show people all across the board to just get a sense of like how it's being received and who it's being received by. And it's basically like 100%. Everybody loves it.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Can we talk about Running Man?
Yes.
I visited you on the set of Running Man in London, and you taught me how to do stunts.
Yes. That the one thing that so Jake came to visit me on Running Man, and I was in the middle of learning some stunt choreography, where I get basically hit by these like goons, and I was very impressed by your ability.
You really?
I really was. I was like, dude, what we do it for 3 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
3 minutes, and you picked up the whole choreography.
Yeah, it was amazing. And there's like a scene on a plane, and like they literally built an entire plane to shoot the whole thing on
like a gimbal, so they could like make it drop and spin and all that stuff. So
that was scary when you would sit like Video Village or not Video Village, but like the people like hair and makeup and whatever would sit towards the back of the plane to like run in after the shot, and like the whole thing would shake and drop. I felt like I was on a roller coaster.
People were like puking. It's like in theory it was great, but
right.
the thing is, once it goes up on the gimbal, you're sort of removed, so people can't like get on and off the plane.
Yeah, I couldn't get off.
Checks. So everybody's like stuck on the plane while it's doing all these things. So I'm doing a fight scene in like a moving airplane that's dropping out of the sky and rolling and all this stuff. And so yeah, everybody was getting sick that day. It was like I was in there for 3 weeks in this fight scene.
No, you weren't.
3
the
weeks.
plane took 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Are you excited for people to see Running Man?
It's so good. It's really good. Yeah. So I mean, we're locking that in the next couple days. But we've been, they do this thing called testing, where they like put it up in front of like random audiences in like New Jersey or Vegas or whatever, and just like across the board, people are loving it. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like you didn't have a single break in the past year. Did you have any moments to like chill?
I think that's been like the weird part about this latest thing is like I'm having a great time. I'm getting to make great stuff with great people, and the casts are like been awesome. It is like a wild pace,
right?
Like it's I don't think. I mean, you know how it is. It's like whenever like there's like kind of momentum and stuff. And
you're like, I want to keep it going.
Yeah. Well, you work your ass off like your whole life. Like I've been doing this since I was 10 years old. Spy Kids was like I did Music Man. We drove by where I did my first play when I was like 10 years old. Mm-hmm. I did Music Man there, and like I wanted to act like every day since then. And so it's really hard to get people to put you in stuff. It's really hard to like get that. To be able to stand on your 2 feet or feel like you're actually going to be able to make this your living. So like all of a sudden you get there, and like when things start working and all of a sudden you're able to do this, it's really hard to kind of like, find the happy medium. I'm doing it now where I can like find the personal life, like work-life balance. Mm-hmm. But it's like to be like, I think I didn't really expect it. It's like to be the lead of a movie is an everyday thing. 'Cause you're working on a script. You're like Running Man, like,
right.
You're in the script with the director, like you're boarding things, you're working with the stunt people, you're sort of like ensuring the movie along with everybody else. So it doesn't really allow a lot of time for like your own stuff. So your life does. That's why I bring like my family and friends on set.
I feel like the past year has been like crazy for you, even since we last spoke on this show. Like everything took off that summer in like ways that it hadn't before, and you became so much more visual as well to like the rest, like and not visible. Sorry, visible to the rest of the world. Like, were you expecting that, or?
What's really weird is it kind of is. After that summer, right? So like it was like the summer of like Hitman and Twisters and Anyone But You and all that stuff, and I did that press tour, and then I went back to work, right? So I went and shot Chad Powers, and then I did an A24 movie, Chad Powers, Running Man, and then this J.J. Abrams movie, all back to back. So I really haven't been out in the real world in a weird way. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but like even just like us walking around Austin, some of this still throws me a bit. Because it really hasn't changed my life because I'm on set. Like you're around.
Oh,
it's like set's a very normalizing place.
Got it.
Right?
So, and you were also in London for so long.
Yeah.
You shot in London, which is a different culture than America.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, but like I think like the fandom culture is like way more prevalent here.
Yeah.
And so like walking out, and so is this like really your first kind of time experiencing like how everything has changed, has actually affected your day to day?
Yeah, I think this is like the first time where I'm kind of like, these last few weeks have actually been really interesting because like I haven't I haven't been out in front of it. Even like us like at dinner all together last night.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out the rules of like how to like protect the people at your table, like your friendships, like your family. You're like, how do you be a human where you're like, because it's so cool when people come up and it's like so nice when people are like fans and they watch your stuff and all that. Like I still am like, oh wow. I remember the first time anyone saw anything and I couldn't believe it. You know, like the first time that ever happened, it was like, I think it was Expendables or something like that. And so when someone comes up, you're like, whoa, this is really cool. I think it's just hard because I'm developing kind of rules around the experience to try to like just make it like, I'm just trying to be able to do it in a healthy way, which is not like it's easier said than done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And what's a healthy way for you?
Like when we were at dinner, I was like, if somebody comes up at dinner, I'll say like, hey, where are you sitting? And they'll point it out, and then I'll say, okay, I'll take a picture with you. Do you mind when we do it on the way out when I'm like walking out?
You did remember the table.
Yeah, I looked at the
remembered.
table, and then you go there afterwards and you take a picture. But if you do it while you're sitting down, it's sort of everybody will see that you're sort of open for business.
Got it.
And then we can't hang out and have a good time.
Right.
So that's my sort of new rule at dinner is I'll say I'll find you, and I mean it. Like I will go find your table afterwards. I'll go take a picture. But like if we do it there, then it's sort of like night's over.
Hey guys, as you know, I've been working with Bumble these past few weeks, and recently I asked you to help revamp my profile. So first things first, I finally got verified on Bumble, so people knew it was me. But now I'm going to go through my profile and tell you guys what I'm changing. Okay, so these are my pictures. The first one is of me in blue pants and a white t-shirt, and everyone said that I should get rid of that, and I kind of agree. I think I'm going to switch to a more recent photo. One of the tips Bumble gives is to lead with a clear solo photo, but obviously it's important to add friends in as well. My bio is rating and reviewing octopus around the world and being miserable at all times of the day. I actually think I'm going to keep the rating and reviewing octopus around the world because that is still true to me today. And I think I'm going to take out the miserable part. Even though I am miserable, I just don't think it's aided in my love search. A few people did write in and tell me that that would scare people off. And I do agree. About me, 5'3", active, undergraduate degree, wants kids, Scorpio, etc. Great. My interest, dancing, making videos, gym, concert, sleeping well. Pretty true to me today. You guys agreed. I think I'm going to keep it. Second photo, I think I'm going to change it to a photo with me and my friends. Maybe a photo of me and my friends on tour. I think that shows my more recent life. My personal hell is not smoking until 6 p.m. As you guys all reminded me, I no longer smoke anymore. So that has to change. I'm going to change it to a different prompt. God, this is me and my friend Tom. I don't know if I want to change it, but I don't want to put two friend photos in a row. So maybe I'll move it down. My mental health game changer was Big Pharma. Still true. And you guys all thought that was quite funny. So I'm going to keep that. Also, another tip from Bumble is to keep your answers meaningful. And I think medication and anxiety and stuff is very meaningful to me in mental health. So I'm going to keep that. This next photo is me on the beach. And you all told me that my feet were bugging you out a bit. So I think I'm going to change this to something else. I get way too excited about myself. You all thought that was funny, and it is very true, so I'm going to keep that. And then this last photo is 3 years old, so I'm going to change it. Probably to me on my most recent trip to New York. There's a photo of me that I can use, or maybe me on tour. And here is my refreshed Bumble profile. Some of the same prompts, some different photos, same me. Bumble, I love you. I can't wait to hopefully find love. This episode of Therapuss is brought to you by Booking.com. Yeah! Okay, so right now, it is about to be football season, okay? There's a lot of people traveling for games in college, out of college, whatever. When I was in college, it was so difficult to plan these games, and I could never go because it was so difficult to find a place that everybody could stay, depending on what the hotel had, like if it had what you needed, if it was in the location you wanted, all of that. And so with Booking.com, it actually makes it so easy to book because everybody can put in their different needs. I never go on group trips because finding a place that suits all of us is so difficult. But if somebody wants a king bed, if somebody wants a queen bed, if somebody wants a shower, if somebody wants a tub, if somebody wants a terrace, if somebody wants walkable, you put all these things in and it shows you the rooms that have it all. I really stand by the fact that I think the hardest part about booking a trip is figuring out where you're gonna stay. You know, flights, you always find a flight. You always find activities to do, but finding a home base is so hard, and Booking.com makes finding a home base for your trip so easy. They also have vacation rentals, like house and apartment rentals. They also have, you can rent cars if you drive and you need a car for vacation. Like, they really have everything you need to make your vacation as full as you need it to be. Or even if you're going solo, because you want to know that the hotel or the place you're staying at has exactly what you need. Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Yeah. Do you remember the first time anyone ever asked you for a photo or an autograph or anything?
You know what the funniest thing was? But it happened when I was on this set of Expendables. I got my mom a cameo on Expendables.
Well, they have
3.
cameos in all your films,
Yeah,
right?
So my parents have a cameos. My mom has a great one. You haven't seen it yet, but episode 4 in Chad Powers, my mom plays the moaning woman.
Moaning woman.
The moaning woman. I get kind of hurt in the episode, and we're at the hospital, and the writers' room came up with this character where there's a woman in the hospital who like has no apparent injuries, but she's just like moaning in the waiting room, and I was like, this is such a good role for my mom.
That's amazing.
So my mom was like, I said, hey, Mom, I got you a role in episode 4. She's like, oh, my God, I'm so excited. What am I playing? I'm like, you're playing the moaning woman. She's like, what? Wasn't happy about that, but I was like, we got past it. And then she goes, all right, so what do I need to do? I want to do a really good job. And I said, I think it's going to just be fun. Like, we're just going to play.
Just kind of moan.
Whatever, just like, you're good. You know, like, we'll be good. So she was like, no, I want to do a really good job. So she would send me videos of her moaning. So my mom is like, is this a good moan? Is this a good moan? And I'm like, man, I think that's good. Like, that's fine. It's good. And my little sister would hit me up. She's like, hey, my mom wants to like do moaning coaching today.
What?
Like, I'm not kidding. So my mom was like taking this so seriously. And there was a time where I was like walking down the sidewalk. My mom sent me like, you know, you're on the go. You're just like opening your text, watching, you know, the videos. So my mom sent me a video of her moaning.
Oh God.
And I was like walking down the sidewalk, and like I realized that I was like, it sounded like I was just like
watching porn.
Just like everybody like around me is like, what is he watching? Like, this is terrible. So anyway, my mom has a great cameo. She absolutely crushed it.
You did a good job?
Crushed it.
And does anyone else in your family have a cameo in
My
the show?
dad has a cameo with Eli Manning. So Eli makes a cameo.
Oh, was he like, this is amazing?
And my dad is a coach next to Eli, which is great. And then, yeah, they're like, so they're in everything. But my mom was doing a cameo with in Expendables 3. So Mel Gibson's the bad guy in Expendables 3. So I got her as like part of like the group around Mel Gibson, you know, during that scene. And so all of a sudden this guy came up, he said, do you mind taking a picture? And I was like, oh, like, it's like my first, like, somebody recognizes me. This is cool. And then he hands me the camera and asked me to take a picture of my mom.
No way. Does he recognize your mom?
Yeah, because she was in front of the camera. I wasn't even working that day. I just brought my mom to set to do her cameo. So he didn't even know I was in the movie.
And that was your first experience with that?
First, yeah.
How old were you?
24? 24?
Did you enjoy your 20s?
I did. I really, like, honestly, being in LA, like in your 20s, and also like, I don't know, LA's like kind of, LA goes through like these different phases, right?
Oh, yeah.
One of my best buddies in the world is a guy, Cord Overstreet. And Cord was on the show Glee.
Do I know?
So like, we both auditioned for Glee.
No, wait, sorry.
We both
What
auditioned
did you audition
for the
for in
same
Glee?
role. Sam Evans.
Trouty Mouth?
Trouty Mouth. I mean, it wasn't Trouty Mouth at the time, right? So
Right.
it turned into Trouty Mouth with Cord.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it was really just Sam Evans. It was like just but we were both in the waiting room at the same time because we were buddies. We met in acting class. We were like pals for a really long time, you know, like, so it was like we were close. And then we were down to the wire on Sam Evans, and he got it. But like, he's still one of my best friends. We were about to be roommates. So we moved in together as he went on this like crazy Glee ride, which was like kind of wild to be one of your best friends in the world, to be like, to watch him kind of go through that thing. It was like pretty crazy to be around because it was also like the biggest show in the world. I don't think a lot of people remember that.
Everybody forgets how everywhere Glee was.
They were selling out stadiums of
Yeah, Glee on tour.
Yeah.
Did you see Glee on tour?
Of course.
I didn't get to go because I threw a temper tantrum and my mom wouldn't buy me the tickets.
Wow. That's what you get.
I know. I know. How was Glee on tour?
It was epic.
What he sang?
He sang Billionaire.
Stop.
Yeah. That was the audition song.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So you sang Billionaire in
Sang
the
Billionaire.
audition.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Wait.
Yeah. It's so funny, like looking back, like when you look back on the things that like you auditioned for, like Glee was one of those that every once in a while you have an audition, you're like, wow, your life kind of changes, and to watch Cord like go on that ride was like, I mean, he couldn't go anywhere.
So do you remember, was it literally after the first episode he was in, everything shifted?
I remember it was even before, it was during his casting.
What?
It was like a big casting, like everybody in town was auditioning for this.
Got it.
So like all of a sudden he got it, and it was like all of LA like changed around him.
Really? Everyone was like, oh, you're in Glee now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Was it awkward when you found out you didn't get the role, but he got the role?
Look, I mean, not really. I don't know. I feel like I've always had like a long-term perspective about these things. Like things are sort of, I don't know, maybe I think my dad is like incredibly zen about just the kind of the ups and downs of life. And I grew up with like a very, I don't know, well-adjusted family. And I've never been competitive with other people. I've been competitive with myself. Mm-hmm. Like if I don't ever like, if I don't get something, I don't ever curse the other person's name. I always curse myself being like, I remember I auditioned for The Longest Ride. You remember that one? The cowboy one. The one, Scott Eastwood. Uh-huh. Do you remember that one? It was like a Nicholas Sparks. Do you know this one, right? He's like a bull rider.
Of course.
You don't know. Come on, hold on. You. I need to
Is this
see
like a really famous
poster
movie?
for The Longest Ride.
Nicholas Sparks. Oh, Notebook?
He was the author of The Notebook. Hold on.
Oh my God. Is Channing Tatum in this?
No.
Okay.
I'll show you. But it was like one of those, like there was like the Nicholas Sparks boom, and like I remember I just like got in that audition and I totally crashed.
What do you mean crashed?
Like just couldn't do the job. Like sometimes you just like get in your head, and as an actor, every actor's had it happen in an audition, like where you got to come ready to play. And you have auditions, like my Friday Night Lights audition. Like I just
so sorry.
I just wanted it too much, and I just literally I
Who did you audition for in Friday Night Lights?
I auditioned for, my original audition here in Austin was Tim Riggins.
Oh
right? So
my God.
I auditioned for Tim.
What did you read?
What?
Do you remember
it was the You and Me Street, Forever in Texas. That bit, that was the scene. That was the audition scene. But I mean, like Taylor Kitsch obviously like smoked that role. It was like iconic. Like I was also in high school. Those guys were all like mid-20s playing high school. Like they looked the part. Like I was not a cool looking Tim Riggins in high school, even though I was playing high school football.
And you thought like this, I've got this. Like this is mine.
Tim Riggins, like whenever you see like who gets these things, you're like, okay, that actually makes more sense. Then I auditioned for another role that was like the quarterback. I auditioned for two different quarterbacks, like J.D. McCoy and something else. But like, then I was kind of at an age where I was like, okay, I could do this, and I just crashed both times.
Really? Like, what does a crash look like? Like you forget your
Crash
lines?
looks like it's like an out of body experience. Like being an actor, like you have to be really present. Like you have to kind of like be plugged in and kind of just like, there's a relaxation to acting that you sort of have to have. Like you have to be really settled. It's like a weird job because you're in front of all these people, and yet it has to be like very private. It has to feel very intimate. And I was just so hyper aware that this was like a job that I wanted too much.
Yeah.
And so I was like aware of everybody in the room. You're aware of all these things happening. And I just like, I couldn't settle into it.
And did you make it past the first round?
Yeah. I was like, it was close on both of them.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Like really close. Like I was with Pete Berg in the room, chemistry read style. Like it was full on.
And
Yeah.
did you ever end up watching Friday Night Lights?
Oh yeah. I watched all of it.
Best show ever.
I loved it. I mean, it's a brilliant show.
Best
It's
show
maybe
ever.
one of the best shows ever, I think.
You know what? And I'm not even kidding. I kind of agree.
Yeah. It's incredible.
I don't think there's any other show that just like, it's such a good depiction of like American life.
Yeah.
In like a small town. It takes place where in Texas? Where in Texas?
It takes place in the original was Odessa Permian was the football team. In the movie, this was a place called Dillon,
In
Texas.
Texas. And you know, it's crazy that I don't know that because I dressed up as Tim Riggins for 3 Halloweens in a row.
You were Tim Riggins? Really?
Yep.
No way. What age?
22, 23, and
Did you have like
24.
a mullet?
No, I wore a shirt. and I had a football, and I put stuff under. No, I had a jersey.
The eye black?
I put the eye black. I had a football, and I would pose like this.
Very Tim Riggins.
Yeah. Yep, essentially. What's your favorite TV show of all time?
Favorite TV show of all time? That's a great question. When I was a kid, I loved Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I had this thing like the WB was like, I guess the CW back in the day. And it was like.
But is that where the Mary-Kate and Ashley show was on?
I watched every Mary-Kate and Ashley movie ever. I had 2 sisters, and I could quote pretty much any Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. I'd play that game with you, actually. If you brought a quote out from Mary-Kate and Ashley, I bet I could tell you which movie it's from. The most
Bring me a
starstruck.
quote, please.
The most starstruck I've ever been. You ever see the movie Billboard Dad?
No.
That's Kaya Gerber.
What's Billboard Dad? What is Billboard
Dad? All right, so you pitch Chad Powers. I'll pitch Billboard Dad.
Okay.
So Billboard Dad is about Mary-Kate and Ashley play these 2 girls. Their dad is like a sculptor in like Venice Beach, I think, and he's like the ultimate catch, but he's not putting himself out there. So they decide to put up a billboard in LA of their dad being like, hey, I'm single. And then like all these women come out of the woodwork and they're trying to set their dad up, right? So when I was like, this must have been 10 years ago, I'm in the Apple store and you get your stuff fixed. You're at the Genius Bar or whatever. And you're sitting there, they're taking forever. And you're like, damn it. Like, I'm just like waiting here. All of a sudden, Billboard Dad comes and sits next to me. And we were like just stuck at the Genius Bar together. But I was like, this is one of the coolest celebrity interactions ever.
Did you say you are Billboard Dad?
I wanted to. I did not.
You did not?
No.
That's respectful.
Yeah. I watched It Takes Two a lot.
Holiday in the Sun.
Holiday in the Sun, great one.
Passport
Megan Fox. Passport to Paris. What was the double
Don't even play with me. The Halloween one.
One's great.
And then what else? What else did they have?
When you dress up as Junie Cortez from Spy Kids 3, we also should watch Double Toil and Trouble.
Is he in Double Toil and Trouble?
It's gonna be Halloween.
Yep. Okay. Done. New York Minute.
New York Minute's a great one.
Oh my God, So Undercover. Wait, no, sorry.
No, So Undercover is like a
that's sorry. So, but what's the one where they?
No,
where
that's
witness
the
protection.
Duff Sisters.
What's the witness protection one? The Mary-Kate and Ashley are in witness protection in Australia.
Oh, not Thunder Down Under. It's like Undercover Down Under. Is that it?
It's like.
Is it Our Lips Are Sealed?
Our lips are sealed.
Our lips are sealed.
Wow. Have you ever met the Olsen twins?
No.
Would you fangirl?
For sure. I mean, because I also watched
Full House?
Full House. So it's like Full House was like big. So even like getting like John Stamos is now one of like my family's like John Stamos was at my sister's wedding. Like he's like family, and so it's like it's wild like because we became really close on Scream Queens.
I forgot he was on Scream Queens.
Yeah.
When you were filming Scream Queens, were you like, yeah, this is iconic? Or did you not like process until it came out?
You know what I remember about Scream Queens while you're shooting it? So this was like a weird moment in the show, which is like, it's now become like kind of cult status. Like a lot of people have kind of watched it since. So the amount of people that come up to me about Scream Queens now is like way more than when it was on, right? And so when it came out or like we made it, it's like Ryan Murphy, it's like Emma Roberts and Lea Michele and like Ariana Grande and like it was like Jamie Lee Curtis, like a huge crazy cast. So they were like expecting this thing to be like a big show.
Right.
And then it came out. I remember our social numbers were the biggest they've ever been for any show like the day of. And then the show came out and like no one watched it. And I remember like the texts were like congratulatory texts the night before. And then it came out and the numbers came out and there was like, wait, how did no one watch the show when the whole world was talking about it? And it was kind of like, it was a very interesting vibe because like we kind of got picked up for a second season, but it was like we kind of sputtered and just got there. But like, I was so proud of that show. Like the show is
hysterical,
so good.
Yeah.
Like it's such a great premise, and it was like everybody on the show killed it. But it's like it reminds you like you can't dance before you get in the end zone. That's another Chad Powers thing.
Wow, how full circle was that?
Yeah. That's a phrase I say all the time. Like people are like, "Oh man, congratulations!" I'm like, "Don't dance before you get in the end zone."
When is the time in your life that you've danced before you got in the end zone?
That's a great question. Great question.
Well, you kind of set it up for me.
I mean, what's yours?
What a good question. Okay, I'm trying to think. So every day of my life I do that. So I'm trying to think. Oh, are you nodding? Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to think of a time that Louise, what's a time that I've danced before I got in the end zone? Oh my God. I thought, there was this role that I'm trying to think, and I was this close to it. And I was essentially telling people I got it. And then like, I was like celebrating, not celebrating, but like I think I got pinned for the role.
Yes.
And I had never gotten pinned for a role before. So I was like, oh, I have it. It's mine. And so I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I think I'm getting this role. They asked from what dates I was available.
Totally. Yeah.
And then they were like, actually, you did not get that role. So that's a time that I danced before I got in the end zone. But not like, I'm trying to think of like a time that was like really like and truly like apparent.
I did this on Divergent. Do you remember the movie Divergent?
Are you serious?
I was pinned or whatever. I was like,
for who?
Peter, the Miles Teller role.
Oh.
Is it Peter?
My God. By the way,
Peter?
One of the greatest movie soundtracks of all time.
Yeah. That was
of all time.
Yeah. That was what's the name? Run Boy Run. Is that the one? No, they did not Woodkid. Woodkid?
Woodkid.
I think that's the name of the artist that was like the
M83 did it.
Oh, M83 was also part of the soundtrack. Yeah.
Ellie Goulding was on it.
Yeah.
Like it had some bangers.
Yeah. That was a killer soundtrack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I fully thought I was getting that one. And I did the mistake, which I never do now. I don't talk about when I'm up for something.
Okay, you don't.
I'm not like superstitious now, but I realize until the deal is done, anything can happen. Until you're on set, by the way. I've had friends that have been on sets.
What?
They start shooting, and then they pull the plug. Did you ever hear the crazy story about Back to the Future?
No.
So there's this guy who was the original lead of Back to the Future, right? His name is, he's now a really big television director. I'll think of it in a second. He was originally cast in the lead in Back to the Future. And Eric Stoltz. So you literally can see footage of Eric Stoltz in Back to the Future, like exactly, like doing the exact same frames, the exact same setups, all that stuff, and it's just a different guy. And they fired him halfway through. They were just like, it's not working. So he was like fully filming the movie. So it's always in the back of my head, like until you have the movie in the can, like you can always be replaced.
Have you ever experienced being cut on the cutting room floor?
Yeah, I remember I did this movie called The Wendell Baker Story, right? So it was Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Will Ferrell, Eva Mendes. It was like a great cast. Chris Christopherson. It was cool. And so I play this paper boy in the movie. And like I was like practicing like crazy to be like, this stunt is basically I'm driving down the street. I have this kind of like combative relationship with Luke Wilson in the movie. And I basically throw a paper and like just fuck with him and like throw papers right at him. And so I practiced this like stunt around, and he's supposed to hit me with his car, right? Bump me from behind. So I had this crazy day with Luke Wilson. This is like peak Luke Wilson post like post like what's the fraternity movie?
American Pie?
No. What's the fraternity? Why am I blanking right now? My brain is totally shot after Benson Boone. No. The Old School. So Luke Wilson did Old School. It was like the peak Luke Wilson, and Will Ferrell's in it. So I had this amazing day shooting with all these guys, where I'm like mega fan of all these guys. Luke ended up hitting me with his car, and I flew over, and I got all scraped up, and the boys were like, "You're the toughest guy ever," and they added a new scene with like us all improving, and it was like great. And then I go to the premiere, and I saw, it's like the opening of the movie, and like my whole family's there, and all of a sudden I watch it, and I was like, well, it just came and went. Like,
no.
Yeah, you're just like, it's like a flash of me, and then it's gone. And I saw Luke afterwards, and he was like, oh shit, he's like, dude, I should have called you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, dude, it's all good. It's all good. I had a great day, hanging with the gang. But again, you just never know. Like, and also it's not personal. Like I realized after that experience, like it would have slowed the movie down. You're always trying to take time out of a movie. You're trying to make it cook. And sometimes you shoot these like improv things that just don't make it. Right. You have roles that just get cut down, but yeah, it's heartbreaking because you like, especially when you're on your way up, like those little things, like you're fighting for your, you're fighting
little
for
thing.
seconds.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you remember a time where you were like, oh my God, I've made it. I've done it. I've made it. I'm doing the thing. And now you look back and you're like, I can't believe that was the moment I thought I made it, because now it's so much more intense now.
That's a good question. I think I talked with a friend about this the other day. Like for financial freedom in this job, you're not making much money. People, like, even if you're in things, people forget that, like, you're not actually making that much money, right? So, like, I just remember, like, I think it was after Expendables, and I got paid like bare minimum, but I was there for several months, so I made like enough as like the most money I'd ever made. It's like $70,000 or something like that. And I just remember being like, I don't have to think about a cup of coffee, like how much it costs. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, oh, I can buy, because when you're in LA for most of that existence, you're like nickel and diming everything. Like, everything matters. You like look at a rotisserie chicken and you're like, how long can I make this last? You know what I mean? You buy the rotisserie chicken. You're like, okay, if I break it up into however many meals, if I eat this late in the day, like how long? It's like when you go to a bar, like I would never drink at a bar. I'd always flask it.
Really?
Yeah. I
Where
would
would you put
always
the
hide
flask?
a flask in my boot.
Obsessed.
Yeah. So I would, it's like, not try to beat the system, but you're like, drinks in LA are expensive.
So expensive.
And like, I would never like, Josh always gave me shit. Like sometimes I'd go to dinner with people, but I would never eat.
Oh, same. And I'd say, I'm not eating.
I couldn't afford to split.
Yeah.
It's like those sort of things. So like once you like, I think it was like after Expendables, and that money doesn't last long, but it felt like there was like a bit of weight that was lifted off of like feeling like I didn't have to worry about everything,
Do you ever miss like the simplicity of a more lax career back then? Or are you enjoying the rush of everything today?
I mean, I would say that like the intensity of the public thing is not intense all the time. Like, you'll see it's like intense sometimes. Like sometimes you walk into an environment, it's like, it's definitely, I don't get recognized everywhere. And it's like not like a thing that like takes away. I'm a guy that's going to live my life regardless. We've been friends a long time, and it's like, I like adventure. I like going out. I like having fun with my people. I'm not going to change my life for this thing. I've just learned to do it a little differently.
Got it.
You know what I mean? But it is like, it's different.
It's different. It's harder to like meet new relationships and friends. Like,
it's really, that part has been something I haven't figured out yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get there.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
You got it.
Oh, well, I mean, it's like also, if you're going to be in a relationship, you want to do it right. I've realized, like, I'm right now in my life, I'm trying to do everything really deliberately. Like, I'm not a guy that like likes feeling good about doing anything carelessly. Like, so if you're going to date, like I'm not dating to fill up time, because I don't have a lot of free time
Ever
to fill up.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm gonna date, I'm dating with like a purpose in mind, and like like to find the thing. And so that also is just in the back of your head when you don't have a lot of time to give someone or do it right. Sometimes I just like don't take that first step, which is like maybe good and bad. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you're just like, man, I got this thing coming up, and like I'm gonna be in this city. Like, is it even like a good idea to?
Because you already know that you can't devote time.
Yeah, and I don't like to be like a glass half empty kind of thinker, because like I think that's such an important thing to continue like putting yourself out there and doing all those things. But it's like, I also want to be considerate. Like, you don't want to be like reckless with somebody else's feelings when you know what's on the other side. But also, if it's the right thing, you'll figure it out. So,
100%.
Yeah.
Do you have any breaks coming up?
This fall, like I'm gonna be in LA like all this fall.
Are we gonna hang out?
Yeah, dude, we're gonna kick it, man. We're going on that road trip.
Don't play with me. Do not play with me. I really want to go on a road trip.
My family's big on road trips. My family growing up, the two things my family loves more than anything is the reason I can sleep anywhere. Like, you saw me like pass out on the plane.
Yeah, you can do that.
I can sleep anywhere, and it's because like my family, we would take road trips when I was like a kid. Like if we went to Europe, like we're not spending like money on hotels and things like that. My family would pay for the first like 2 nights of the trip and the last 2 nights of a hotel. So we knew we were starting and we knew we were ending up, and everything in the middle was sort of game. So we just rent a car, and you just like drive through. You go, hey, should we try to go to like Italy, or like would you want to go to like, you want to go to Liechtenstein? It's like whatever it is, and you just go, all right, cool, let's go do it. And but half the time that means you're sleeping in a car.
I also used to take road trips from New York to LA with my dad and my brother, and we used to sleep in the car, and I used to sit in that car for like 12 hours a day.
You just like, but I think it's a good thing for kids. Like they're not like, they don't get soft, because like you go, my parents were like kind of big on adventure. They kind of were just like, hey, I mean, we have this adage in my family. It's like, no good story happened from things going right. And
that is so awesome. And you know what? I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I never finished my story about my travel experience from Paris to.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you about that later. It was horrible.
I mean, but travel also is like in a relationship with your family, whatever. It's like good to be like, it's good to not have everything dialed in where you have to like problem solve together. It always makes it great stories. Like you don't ever like tell a story about a vacation and be like, super relaxing, and like people don't want to hear that.
Right.
They're like, yo, we were caught in a hurricane and we couldn't get out and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
That is such a good attitude to have.
So it's like, that's with like my family. We have this one great story where there was this like really cool Italian town we wanted to see. It was called Vernazza, and it's right on the coast. And they said inaccessible by car. But as we were driving by in Italy, my dad saw a sign that says Vernazza this way. And he's like, maybe
I'm fucking going to Vernazza.
Yeah, let's go to Vernazza.
Yeah.
So we started driving, and all of a sudden it started leading to like the road started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Then we're on these really high cliffs, and I'm talking about the road's like a little wider than this couch, like thousands of feet down, and we're like the whole family. And all of a sudden we get down, and like the whole time it's like, we're like, my dad literally said while we were in the car, he's like, if some other car comes, we're leaving the car and we're going to figure it out. Like we're not going to try to,
Were you scared?
Yeah. And you could see cars that had fallen off.
No.
Yeah. You could see it was like people had tried and failed. Like it was a bad.
So why didn't you guys stop the car?
Well, we were like, where is Vernazza going to be? Like you kept pushing, you know what I mean? Like we kept pushing. So all of a sudden we get to the bottom of this, and all of a sudden it kind of dead ends of these trees. And all of a sudden it's kind of getting dark. It's like getting dusk. And the family's looking at each other like, oh man, we're going to have to like just sleep in our car in this random thing. So it gets dark. And then all of a sudden you could see through these woods, like it looked like fire, like candlelight or something. And my dad's like, let's go check this out. So my dad and I walked through the woods with the family, and it opened up into this street. It looked like we were like time traveling. It opened up, and it's like cobblestone streets, and it was all like candlelight. It was like so like magical, and it looked like it was completely abandoned. And then we walked, and there was this tavern of all these people singing, and we were like, do you have a hotel here? They said, we don't have any hotels here. And so it's like my family, it's my sisters, my mom and my dad, we're all like, where do we stay for the night? Do we have to go back to the car? And this random couple was hearing us in the bar, and they said they seemed like a good family, and they let us stay at their house for the night. And we still keep in touch with them. They get a Christmas card from us every year. And it's like one of those things that like for me, I was like, that's like a great adventure. It's like sums up my family about like how we kind of travel. Like you go, if we would have like tried to just do the dance steps that everybody else goes, if we didn't kind of take the plunge, like sure it was dangerous, sure it was crazy, but it's like a great family story where it's like we made new wonderful friends in this far corner of the world and like took the plunge together. It's like a great,
That is a great story. That sounds like maybe out of either two movies, one like a rom-com or a horror movie.
Yeah, totally, totally.
Was it Vernazza that you ended up in?
Yeah, Vernazza.
Oh, that was Vernazza?
Yeah, it's Vernazza. Yeah, it's called the Cinque Terre Islands, which is like these islands, and Vernazza is one of the Cinque Terre Islands.
Wow. Okay, well, Glenn, what are you therapist about today?
What am I therapist about
And
today?
honestly, after hearing you talk and hanging out with you all weekend, it feels like nothing.
Dude, I mean, I think the thing that I'm like, I'm kind of like grumpy Glen in the fact that like you and I are about to like kickstart this party. Once you and I get a little tequila in us, I feel like we're gonna beat this hangover. We're gonna hair of the dog this shit, and then I get to bring you to a UT game. Like I have nothing to be therapist about.
We are really good drunks together. Can I say, like, we were vibing last night. Like, at the Benson Boone concert, like, we were, like, first of all, the only drunk people there.
For sure.
Like the only drunk people there, I turn to like someone on his team. I'm like, I'm so drunk. And he looks at me and goes, it's 10:15 p.m. I said, I'm sorry. So sorry.
You know what's really funny is we got there. It made me laugh because hey, we got to kind of the box and I said, hey, do you guys have like tequila or something like that? And he goes, let me see what we can do. And I'm almost positive they had to Postmates tequila.
They did. I know that they did because I'm thinking, I'm like, the alcohol has been taking a while. Like, I wonder where it is. All of a sudden, we're drinking. I'm like, okay, the alcohol is here, great. And then I turn to my left and I see a brown paper bag. I say, oh my God, they Postmated us alcohol for the Benson
I was
concert.
very grateful, but I was also like, oh, like we're, we were the delinquents in that place for sure.
We were, and we were so drunk.
Yeah.
But you held it together so well on stage.
Thank you.
So well.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for UT later. Like, I'm like tweaking out about it.
So I'm gonna teach you the chants. We're gonna have you drink out of a boot and a hat. I even want to see if I can get you to shoot off the cannon.
What?
There's a cannon that when Texas scores, we shoot.
Please. I'll do anything.
So I'm gonna introduce you to Bevo. I'm gonna see if I can get you to shoot this cannon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if there's any sort of other rites of passage that you need to have. But I don't think you're really truly ready for a Texas game day. There's nothing like it.
Oh, I'm really excited. Louise is like from the South, and she said like I'm not ready.
No, it's like great. I went to a game in Tuscaloosa when Texas played. You remember that game? Yeah.
Am I a good house guest?
You're the best house guest.
Really?
I told you, man. I was impressed with. You woke up just so peacefully in those pajamas. You have a great pajama set.
You know, there's Texas flags on those pajamas.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, can I give you a little gift?
What?
We got you.
No, you didn't.
Here we go, buddy. This is just, not that I don't love your pajamas, but I thought, this could be like a nice little
Oh, I'm gonna wear this to bed tonight. Oh my God. You know, if I wasn't Glenn, thank you.
Maybe we could wear this on 6th Street tonight.
Wait, can I?
Yeah, totally.
Can we actually go to 6th Street?
Yes, please.
I think you on 6th Street would be trouble, but I think we'll find it.
Glenn, I love you.
I love you, buddy.
Thank you. This is so thoughtful. Before we wrap up, you know what we have to do?
What?
Tell me what's wrongs.
Oh, yes.
My new girlfriend's dad offered me a cigar. I accepted even though I've never smoked one. I assumed it was like anything else you smoke, and I inhaled it. I was coughing relentlessly and crying my eyes out on the floor. Him and his friends were literally pointing and laughing. How do I come back from this?
No, I think that's a good thing.
As you say, no good story comes from a good situation.
They now know you did something to win their approval that you didn't want to do. I think that's like, there's a little bit of hazing whenever like a boyfriend or girlfriend comes into the family and meets everybody. There's a little bit of like hazing that goes on. I think like the cigar smoking means they like you. It means they like, you're not boring. They want to like put you through this shit and see how you handle it. How
do you initiate your sister's now husbands into the Powell family? How did you?
We, my dad, like for instance, I'll tell you, like when my dad met my mom's family for the first time, they pulled a prank where they acted like they were like a real redneck sort of family. So like it's a very well-educated, like smart family, but they were acting like they were wearing like the craziest clothes, like, put like black stuff on their teeth, like true. They rented cars that were like the seats were missing. They loaded the car up with like pit bulls, and basically my
holy fuck.
my dad, like when my dad landed, my uncle Billy and Steven picked him up. And they were like, hey, but, sorry, Cindy can't be here, but like, get in the car. And they're like dogs. Like my dad's wearing a full suit to like impress the family. And there's like dogs drooling all over him. They give him a beer. They're like, here, drink this. And they had hired a buddy of theirs who worked for the government in a like a blacked out like Lincoln Town car with a siren to pull them over. And they said, hey,
this is the most insane commitment
my
to the bed I've ever heard in my entire life.
My family's big on pranks. Very big on pranks. So the town car pulls them over, and he goes, shit, it's the feds. And my uncle gets out and pretends to have a knife fight and murder this guy on the side of the road. And then the guy pretends to kill my uncle and pulls him through the window and says, welcome to Texas, boy. And that was literally my dad's, that was like him meeting the family. Like it was He thought he witnessed a murder. That's the level of like, I always tell people, like, when people are like, did I meet your family? I'm like, especially like my Aunt Honey, I'm like,
Aunt Honey,
who's rowdy. I'm like, if you don't know if you've met them, you haven't met them, because they're like so rowdy.
That is the most insane prank I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Was your dad scared?
Yeah, absolutely. He thought he was going to jail. He's like, oh my God, like I just watched a man get murdered and like, so, but like, it's like those sort of things where like the whole family, I believe that everybody, like for me, if I give people shit, like it means I love you.
Right.
Like it means I'm so comfortable with you that we can like, mess with each other and take the piss out of each other and not like, it's just a level of confidence in a relationship, in my opinion. So I think this cigar thing, I think is a good thing.
And you just came so full circle with that in a way that I've never experienced. What is the best prank you've ever played on someone? Because I can tell you mine.
The one that I get quoted about forever, because I released 3,000 crickets in the school on the last day of school. And so
You released 3,000 crickets.
On the last day of 8th grade.
How did you manage that?
Well,
You put them in your backpack?
Yeah. I put them, I basically, how I did it was I went to the pet store. And you can just buy crickets at the pet store. So I bought 3,000 crickets, and then I hid them in the woods outside the school. And so then I got like guys to kind of like go during bathroom breaks and stuff like that to get the crickets, hide them in the ceiling. Then like the next guy would take them out of the ceiling, scatter them. We had like a whole like operation. So right before the lunch bell would ring, where people like flooded this one hallway, it was like a big like bottleneck area. I was like, this is where we got to release the crickets. I like released all these crickets, so everybody came out of the thing like heading to lunch, and there were crickets just like everywhere. So I get quoted for that one a lot. That was a good like high school prank, because I got in a lot of trouble for it.
What?
They figured out I did it. Yeah.
I mean, how would they not?
I know. Yeah.
Were you like, I did it? Sorry.
None of my friends ratted me out.
Oh, good friends.
But it got back.
So the cigar story is just a story.
I think the cigar story. I truly believe that like. A cigar, I think it's a good thing. It means they like you.
I mean, I've mortified myself in so many ways, and not in front of like my significant other. I don't have a significant other, obviously, it's family, but my friends' families all the time. None of my friends like any of the things I like. The music, shows, movies, restaurants, nothing. So in order to indulge in any of my passions, I have to be alone or force someone to go with me awkwardly. Why are you friends with them? What is the remedy to this, please?
What do you think about this one?
I mean, I don't know why you're friends with people who share zero interest.
I don't seem like a friend.
That feels like friends by force. Like you're just like you grew up with them and like they're your friends.
That's a confusing one. Because
Yeah.
I feel like the first step of friendship is that you like you bond over something.
That's the first thing we bonded over.
First thing we bonded over? Pilates.
You think?
I mean, you the one thing that I love. See, this is like a good example where it's like your shakes on the Pilates machine. Like that was where I was like, oh, this guy's like and your commentary on it was so funny. I was like, wait, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
And it just like immediately endeared me to you. I was just like, oh my God, I love this guy because you're just hilarious about it. And I think that's it. It's like, again, like people not being cool, like people not being like so protective, like being self-aware that we all do weird shit.
Right.
You know?
100%. Hi, I'm Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hey,
And I never know how to read a room. People can be really upset with me and I won't pick up on it and continue making jokes, vice versa too. How do I practice self-awareness going forward so as not to alienate myself from social groups? You're really good at reading a room. Was that something you learned or just born with it?
That's a really good question. What is your opinion about that?
To be honest, I don't think you can learn how to read a room. I think sorry, I take that back. I think if you continue putting yourself in if you have somebody with you that will call you out when you're not reading the room properly, to take in what you've done in that moment to not read the room properly and take it with you to the next time. And like each time it'll get better and better and better and better. Yeah. It's like pouring water into a cup with sand. Like eventually the sand comes out.
Do you have the thing that when you go to an event or have a conversation with somebody, when you get home and you go back by yourself, that you have sort of the Sunday scaries or like whatever, the Monday morning quarterbacking, like everything that happened?
My entire life is like a Sunday
I literally
scaries.
feel like I do this all the time where I'll like, you know, it's very nice of you to say I can read a room, but I'll literally go to something and I'll like have all these conversations and then I'll get home and I'll be like, why did you do that? Like, why did you say that? Like, I'll literally just like hate on myself. And that's one thing I'm trying to get better about, which is just being like, okay, like people know you're good intentioned. Like we all make mistakes, you know, sort of thing. But it's like, it's hard. Like sometimes you slip up and say like the exact thing that you're not supposed to say to the person that you're like, why did I do that? You
what
know
is
I mean?
like, without naming names, the worst time you've put your foot in your mouth?
I'm not gonna say this.
Okay. Never mind.
I have one in the back of my head that my buddies like give me shit about all the time.
Will you tell me after?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, amazing. My best friend initially got engaged last year. She had told me that she was going to ask me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding. A month ago, I found out from another friend that she had asked all of her bridesmaids already and I was not included. This really hurt my feelings, but I haven't been able to tell her. I feel like I'm resenting her because of it and I don't like it. I just can't get over it. I would say on like the good side of things, being a bridesmaid is such hard work.
I totally agree.
You have bachelor trip, all these different things. Like, it's so expensive. Like, just try to look on the bright side of it. And also, like, maybe reevaluate your relationships if you thought you were close enough to be a bridesmaid and you obviously weren't.
Totally. And also, like, weddings are a lot of obligatory invites. Like, nobody thinks about it. It's like my little sister just threw her wedding and, like she has to kind of do the thing where it's like there's the people that you have to invite that are, like, your family or this or whatever it is, or people that grew up or have been really helpful with the family or whatever it is. And then there's those people that you're really close to and like, you can't please everybody. You know what I mean? And I think like the thing that I'm like realizing, especially on that sort of aspect, like I come from a family, like we call my mom FOMO sometimes. Like she's just epitomizes FOMO. She wants to be a part of everything. But we realize is that like, I think the worst thing that social media has done for people is show them what they weren't attending, like 100%. What they weren't a part of. And if you're the kind of person that like feeds into that and is like, that kills them, it's a really horrible place. Like I'm always like, I do this thing in my career where like, I got a good advice early on where they said, don't look in the other lanes. You're running your own race, right? Which is like, if somebody else is doing good, I'm like, that's good. That's good for the business. It's good when people are working. It's good when people are thriving. Like you root for everybody to win. And like, I kind of feel the same way, like on a social aspect. I'm like, when I watch people like living their best life, like that shouldn't eat at you. Like you should be like, hey, I should go live my best life too. Like you should root for people to be happy and have fun. But like the bridesmaid thing in particular is like, I always think that like in the back of your head, you should always remember like there's other politics going on other than the
100%.
simplicity of, do I like you?
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think? Oh, you're so wise. Do you ever feel like I'm so wise?
No.
You don't feel that way? No. What is like the biggest lesson you've learned in the past year?
Probably if you are genuinely well-meaning, you can never, no matter what happens, if you try to do your best, then like doing your best, like try to treat people well, trying to show up for your job, like trying to, it's like a hard thing to explain, but like, I feel like right now, I feel like I can get caught in a bit of a storm of a lot of things I can't control. And it can be hard for someone who like is trying to show up and do their best to be like, wait, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And I think the thing that I go, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and go like, hey, I did my best. I tried my hardest, whatever it is. Like, then that's a thing that like kind of releases all the chaos of the world, which is we're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to do whatever. But like, if you can look yourself in the mirror and go, I tried my best. I tried to show up and I tried to treat people well, whatever. It's like giving yourself a little bit of grace, because I really do. I'm a sensitive person and I can be really hard on myself. And like everybody, like my mom was like, I never had to punish you because you punished yourself. Oh. Like I was always like a kid that like if I made a mistake or did something wrong, I hated myself.
Right.
I couldn't get over it. And I still do that. I still do that to a great degree. If I feel like I fumbled, if I hurt somebody or I feel like I fumbled, like I go dark fast. And I'm trying to, in this phase of life, you realize like you're never trying to disappoint people, but so many people sort of ask for your time and attention, and there's only so many hours in the day, and you really want to show up for everybody. But like, I think in the past I would really hate myself for not being able to make everybody happy, and I'm trying to get better about like giving myself grace, being like, hey, you did your best. Like you can't do it for everybody, you know?
Glenn, that's beautiful.
Thanks, man.
You have such a good outlook on life. Oh, this one is interesting because we were talking about this last night. and it kind of relates to Chad Powers. My best friend is turning into a conspiracy theorist lately, and it's so fucking tiring. Like, to a point where even if it's something that's believable or something, I don't even care because I want my old buddy and I's conversations back. Is there anything I can do? And you said something so fascinating about conspiracy theorists yesterday. Can you share?
Well, basically what I was saying is like, so writing Chad Powers, the character of Russ Holiday, this horrible thing happened to him that, you know, he made this mistake in front of the whole world and his sort of life burned down. And what happened was he became like a conspiracy theorist, right? Where he believed in sort of all of these things of like, there has to be a like dark, you know, figures behind any bad thing that happens, or a meaning that's not just like, hey, sometimes bad things happen, you
100%.
know? And so what I find that a lot of conspiracy theorists, like my point of view about a lot of conspiracy theories is that it's just like people not taking accountability, right? It's hard to describe. This world is a complicated place, and like scary things happen and bad things happen, and they're hard to fathom. And the why of it, like evil does exist. And so instead of trying to go, hey, you know, like, instead of trying to go like, hey, like, bad things happen, you sort of like double down on this idea that there's a mechanism behind the world that's out to get you. And I think that's like a thing that like is in the back of my head is like, look, sure, there some of these conspiracy theories, like absolutely, they're very possible. And there's a lot of things that, you know, I always think we should always be questioning the truth of things, not just be feeding what the media gives you. I think that's really important. I think it's always important to question things. But I do find that like that was a basic part of Chad Powers is that him just saying like, hey, I made a mistake and my life fell apart. Instead of doing that, he blames it on everyone else. And like I think accountability is like conspiracy theorists for me are a lot of people that just aren't taking accountability for the fact that the world is hard to explain sometimes.
Right. And it's like what you said was like they believe that the world is working against them.
Yes.
Instead of just existing.
Yes.
Right. I thought that was so smart.
Oh, thank you.
And I think you should show that to your friend who's obsessed with conspiracy theories.
Totally.
Glenn, what did we learn today?
It's always a journey with you, man.
I know.
It's like it really. we covered a lot.
Can I say?
Yes.
I think this washes our other podcast out of the water.
Dude, I totally agree. And can I tell you something? I told a lot of bizarre shit, and I know all of it is factual.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Eyes.
buddy. Eyes.
Okay, so after this, I'm going to go put on my cowboy outfit.
Let's go.
And we're going to start drinking.
Yep.
And have the best day of my life.
I can't wait.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, I'm so happy you're here, man. The cowboy hat, I think this has to be kind of like your new look.
I honestly think it might be. Austin, Texas has been very good to me so far.
It's a good look on you.
And I think if I play the part, it'll be even better.
I agree.
Okay, do you want to give a little bye pussies, hook 'em?
Bye, pussies. Hook 'em.